KD9MED, KD9MED, K9RFD.
KD9MED.
Start recording.
All right, Jimmy, we're live streaming. Go for it.
Okay. Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hop, Easter's on its way. That song was put out by the late great Gene Autry, one of the singing cowboys, along with the Roy Rogers, and back in the late 1940s. Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock, and welcome to the special Easter edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located here in Freeport, and I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is about, in addition to providing emergency communications if and when the situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 minus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or if the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check into the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency of the straight 610 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you in the net. This net is being live streamed around the world via the internet. And also it's being recorded for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Those of you who are checking in on the internet, Mike, KD9MED in Rochelle is live streaming this net on the internet. Relay, send in your internet check-ins to him, and he will relay your internet check-ins to me. Also, if you're out in the sticks, if you can hear the repeater but you can't get to it because of conditions are bad, you're too far away from it, you don't have internet access, you can give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232-FNFN, 232-3636. Local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check it on the radio first. Okay, first of all, Happy Easter, and I want to wish those of you in the Jewish faith a happy Passover. Yeah, that starts tonight at sundown. It'll go for 8 days. So happy Passover, those of you of the Jewish faith. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time on mobile stations. If you would rather concentrate on your family time or you're driving or what have you, you can't stay for the rest of the net. We'll take your short time on mobile stations, your check-ins, and if you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After that, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of bike rides, marathons, breakfast, or a ham fest. We got one coming up in about 2 weeks. So, okay. After that, well, we'll do our regular features. We'll do our first of all, we'll do our W9, the Gene Duncan DX Corner. In honor of our late, great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time he checks in his net, he always had a DX report to pass along. Let me reset. Okay, we'll also do a W9UIJ Carl's Corner, in honor of our late, great friend and colleague, Carl Larson, W9UIJ. He used to have a segment on the old Tuesday evening TechNet, called Carl's Corner. He always read stuff from different magazines about electrical principles, propagation, and anything related to the hobbies of amateur radio. Those of you who are new to this hobby, if you have a technical question, are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your roof or on your tower? Please feel free to ask your questions, and we'll do our best to try to answer them for you. This is what this segment is all about. Then we'll have our SWAT net. You're welcome to advertise on what you want, anything you want to buy, sell, trade, or want, anything related to hobbies, ramps, radio, or computers. Please feel free to advertise them, and we'll see what we can do. We can get them sold for you. Don't advertise them on the internet. Advertise them on the swap net. I'm going to give you a little break tonight. There's a little bit Easter vacation break from me to you guys. We will not have a trivia segment tonight. We'll do that next Friday night. Okay, we had a 2-hour, 44-minute last week, and I have a total of 40 check-ins in all. Okay. And, oh, by the way, I'm using red, purple, and green ink tonight in honor for to symbolize Easter egg colors. Oh, and then the round table. Yes. What are your plans for Easter weekend? And what are your favorite memories of Easter? Well, that's what we'll do tonight. Okay, with all so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have a short time on mobile stations who'd like to check in to the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on.
This is Robert, KC9ICH. KC9ICH. I am short time.
Okay.
W9AXD Repeater, short time, no traffic.
Have a good evening. Happy Easter to you and your family. Thanks for checking in. There was another station trying to check in at the same time Robert was. Other station, come back, please.
KD9OBJ, John and McConnell, short time, in and out.
Alpha 9, Victor Uniform, Michael in Janesville, short time.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, short time, no traffic.
Okay, we got 3 stations checking in. John, K9OVJ in the McConnell. Good to hear you again, bud. Thanks for checking in. Happy Easter to you and your family. John is studying to become EMT and volunteer firefighter for the McConnell Fire Department. So that's great. Good he's getting back into that position. Hey, thank you for checking in, John. Happy Easter to you and your family. AA9VU, Mike in Janesville, I've got you checked in. Thank you for checking in. Have a good evening and happy Easter to you and your family. AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, I've got you checked in short time. 7-3, have a good evening. Hopefully we'll catch you tomorrow night on the Rag2 net. Okay, any more short time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
N2RON, South Beloit, no traffic and short time.
N2RON, Ron in South Beloit. Haven't heard you on this net for a while, Ron. I got you checked in, 7-3. Thank you for checking in. Happy Easter to you and your family. Any more short time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
WX9RLD.
KD9SDA, short time, no traffic.
Hey, Ricky, I've got you checked in short time. Please feel free to recheck in when your situation permits. Thanks for checking in. Any more short time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9SDA, good evening, and no traffic, short time.
K9SBA, Matt down in Ogle County. Got you checked in, Matt. 7-3, have a good evening. Happy Easter to you and your family. Do we have any more short time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9EPZ, short time, I'm on the phone. Me.
Okay, K9EPZ, Al down in Rochelle, Ogle County, short time. You're on the phone. Okay, Al, please feel free to recheck in the net, and thanks for checking in. There was another station trying to check in. Other station, come back, please.
A9YE, short time.
AE9YE, Dave in Broadhead, Avon, the township of Wisconsin. I've got you checked in, Dave. Happy Easter to you and your family. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Any more short time remote stations you want to check it, please call now.
K9QDP, short time.
K9QDP, Rick and Robert got you checked in short time. Hey, if we don't catch you on the radio net tomorrow night, you and your family have a happy Easter, and thank you for checking in. Any more short time remote stations for the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
KC9QPL, Paul and Lowe's Park. Happy Easter, 73.
And short time.
Okay. I got two stations checking in. KC9QPL. Paul and Lowe's Park. Got you checked in, Paul. 73, thank you for checking in. Happy Easter to you and your family, too. There was another station trying to check in. Another station come back.
Good evening, Jimmy. This is November 9, Oscar Echo Golf, Chris in South Beloit. I have no traffic and short time.
N9OEG, Chris in South Beloit. Got you checked in, Chris. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Happy Easter to you and your family. Thank you for checking in. Any more short time remote stations you want to check in, please call now. All right, 12 short time stations tonight. I guess everybody's getting ready for Easter, so that was a good turnout, though. Thanks. Okay, let's go with general check-ins. At this time, I will take general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. No traffic.
K9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. Got you checked in, Larry. I'll get back to you if you miss the roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
KD9MED, Cary and Rockford.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle, and I got an internet check-in.
Kerry, I'll get back to you in a few minutes. I know you have a DX report. We'll get that shortly. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle, and I got an internet check-in.
K9MED, got you checked in, Mike. Go ahead with that internet check-in.
Yep, please check in Patrick, Kilo, Foxtrot, Niner, Sierra, Delta. In and out, he says. Thanks.
KF9SE, Pat and Warren. I got you checked in, Pat, or as Tony N9RFD always used to say, keep finding the $9 silver. that was his phonetics. Okay, Pat, I've got you checked in. Thank you for checking in. Well, I'm sure we'll hear from you on the Green County Net this coming Sunday night on the Monroe Repeater. Thanks for checking in. And thank you for the relay there, Mike. And also, Mike, we'll get back to you if you miss the roundtable. And thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
November 9, Golf Bravo Papa, Greg in Rockford.
N9GBP, Greg and Robert. Got you checked in, Greg. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable, and thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, we had a good turnout from Northern Illinois. Let's see when you just get a good turnout from Southern Wisconsin. 8 stations in Southern Wisconsin would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin.
KC9YI, Scott in Monroe.
got 2 stations checked in. KC9RGG, Norman, Orfordville, Wisconsin. Got to check in, Norm. I'll get back to you a few minutes around. So thank you for checking in. KC9YI, Scott and Monroe. You're checking in early tonight. Well, that's good. Okay, Scott, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes round table. And thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on. Okay. Well, this being Good Friday, and of course it's Friday Night Fish Friday night in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, northern pike, walleye, muskie, crappie, and you, those of you in the Milwaukee area, eat your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and Braunschweiger. Of course, you cheese lovers are eating some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. Okay, at this time, I will take check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please go on. Okay, I just remembered something. Larry, K9KZT will not be checking in tonight. So last night he asked me to put him down as non-early checking. So he's checked in as non-early checking. So okay, I'll go ahead with the traffic. The only traffic I have. Richard N9CO still has tickets for the upcoming Sandwich Hamfest. That will take place on Sunday, May the 1st. If you want to get a hold of him, call him at area code 815-547-8686. That's area code 815-547-8686 if you want tickets to the upcoming Sandwich at Hamfest. Okay, does anybody have any traffic that they'd like to pass along at this time? Okay, let me get out. Okay, let's go ahead with our TechNet portion. W9UIJ Carl's Corner. We're doing this in honor of the late Carl Larson, W9UIJ. He had a segment called Carl's Corner on the old Tuesday evening at the TechNet on the Monroe Repeater. You read stuff from different books and articles, newspapers about ham radio, theory, electrical principles, and what have you. Those of you new hams who are checking in, are you having a problem with putting up your tower, or you want to put up an antenna on the roof? Or are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? If you have technical questions, please feel free to ask them, and we will do our best to answer them for you. Anybody have any technical questions at this time? This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Okay, no technical questions, so we'll move on. Let's go ahead with the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner. In honor of our late great friend and colleague Gene Duncan, W9GE, the king of DX. Every time you check this net, you always had a DX report to pass along. Does any station have any DX reports that they'd like to pass along? Please go ahead.
KD9MED.
K9MED. Okay, Kerry, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. This is KD9MED. I worked 19 countries this week. I worked altogether, I worked a lot of QSOs, 162 QSOs in the week, mostly United States, though. No new countries. 3 notable contacts were all on 40 meters. ZL1VAH in New Zealand. Brief reset. And UX5IO, that's the first Ukrainian station I've contacted since the war began. I've contacted over a dozen Russian stations, but that's the first Ukrainian since then. And he's in Donetsk. And this is a good one. NL8F is in Unalaska, which is way out in the Aleutians someplace. A place called Dutch Harbor, which figured in World War II. Brief reset. We have 3 QSO parties this weekend for the Great Lakes State of Michigan. We have one. And then in Canada, we have a QSO party in the Province of Opportunity, Ontario, and also in the La Belle Province of Quebec. And that's it. Thanks a lot, Jimmy. KD9MED.
Congratulations on that DX report. That's great that you were able to work Ukraine and that station at Donetsk. Well, let's hope and pray that station will be okay. Russia's talking about launching a major offensive there, and so let's hope and pray for the welfare of that ham that lives there. So, okay, thanks for that DX report. Does anybody else have any DX reports that you'd like to pass along?
November 9, Golf Bravo Papa.
N9GBP. Okay, Greg, what do you got for us?
Well, I haven't really been doing much HF this week, but I did realize that I am now up to 100 confirmed countries for my QSL list, so I guess I should report that in.
Yes, I believe you better do that. Maybe they'll send you some kind of a certificate there for that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to send that in. So I was pretty happy to discover that I was sitting at 98 for a while there, and a couple of people finally confirmed contact. So that's pretty neat.
Okay, sounds good. That sounds good. Well, Greg, thank you very much for that DX report there. 100 confirmed countries. Get a hold of the powers that be, whoever it is, and see if you can get a certificate you can hang up on your wall.
Yeah, I will for sure have to do that. And back to you.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and check in. I'm going to put down as an honorary check-in W9AXD. Late great Gene Duncan. Of course, that call is now held by Gary in the Crystal Lake, formerly K9FML. So, okay. Let's. Well, before we go any further, let's do the swap net. All items you bought, sold, or traded must be related to the hobbies of ramp radio or computers. All items you bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or possession of the person who wants to get rid of stuff. You may mention price over the air, but the haggling should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any swap net traffic they'd like to pass along at this time? let the record show there's no swapping that traffic to be had. There's the swapping that traffic. Of course, for those of you checking the Monday night rah-rah on that, I'll be in that control this coming Monday night. And of course, Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, the PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our Wednesday evening swap that runs from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. to all traffic is handled. Mill at 9 RPM. The trustee of the 39 repeater brings us a amateur radio news line, 15-minute independent news broadcast about the entire day amateur radio. So, okay, like I said, if you have an item to buy, sell, or trade, don't advertise them on the internet. Advertise them on the swap net. So, okay, before we proceed any further, are there any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday night fun net this time? If you're coming home with your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, you're getting ready for that big Easter dinner this coming Sunday, you're coming home from the show, if you just turn your radio on and you've been copying the mail for the last 27 minutes, almost half hour, this is your chance to check in the Friday night fun net from anywhere in the region. Without traffic, please call K9GCR. Okay, first I'll go ahead and check myself in. Okay. K9GCR. All right. Okay, the topic this week, Easter. What are your plans for Easter Sunday, Easter weekend? Are you having a big meal? Are you going to do any Easter egg hunting? And what are your favorite memories of the holiday? Let's start off with KD9HKX. Laurie and Roscoe, what are your plans for Easter?
KC9GCR in the group, KD9HKX. Good evening, everyone. Well, not a lot going on this weekend. Of course, just the wife and I, so we won't do anything with Easter eggs or anything of that nature. But actually, I think for Easter we're going to barbecue ribs. We've got a couple of really good recipes that you do a very slow roast in the oven, and then go out to the grill for just a few minutes, and it turned out pretty good, falling off the bone tender and just very flavorful. So, and that'll be our big meal this weekend. And brief reset. As far as best memories, I think my best memories of Easter are when the kids were real little, and just like Christmas, they'd be up early and all about the Easter bunny and all that fun stuff, and of course you had to go to church beforehand, so they were never real fond of that, but as soon as they got home, boy, they were ready to do an Easter egg hunt and just all the other fun stuff that goes along with Easter. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, Jim. KC9GCR, KD9HKX.
Well, it's very true. It's not all about the Easter. It's not about the Easter bunny or Easter candy or what that's. It's about the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. When your kids growing up, they'll know the real meaning of Easter, just like they will the real meaning of Christmas. So that's about it there. Okay, thank you for checking in there, and thank you for the great job you did last Saturday on the rag shoot and that. So okay, hopefully maybe we'll catch you tomorrow night on that net. If not, you and your family have a happy Easter, and thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. KD9MED, Terry in Rockford. What are your plans for Easter Sunday, and what are your fondest memories of Easter?
This is KD9MED. Congratulations to Greg on working 100 confirmed countries. That's great, and boy, you did it quick, really quick. Let's see, what's new with me? I got the gadget I needed to hook up my Yaesu FT891 for digital operations, so I started playing with that a little bit, and I got some more hand sticks to play with. So I'll probably be going mobile sometime this year. try that for the first time, maybe for field day. Brief reset. Plans for the holiday weekend, well, I'll try and find a new Bible movie to watch, one that I haven't seen yet. And I'll be operating FT8 like I do every day. I love it. KD9MED.
That sounds good, Gary. Yeah, I got Gary W9GD now. Brought me about a year or so ago. Brought me an old VCR. He has yet to come over to connect to my TV. I got a whole stack of VHS tapes, all old Bible movies. Let's see, like on Easter, like to say, well, now last Saturday, ABC showed the Ten Commandments. And for years, they always showed it the night before Easter, but this year they showed it the night before Palm Sunday. That's always a good movie, and I always like to watch Barabbas. Well, you know that's a fictionalized account of them, but I like to watch that nonetheless. That was Anthony Quinn. That was always a good movie, and sometimes I'll do some other. Watch some other of those old Bible movies. I'll tell you what, those, let's see. Sodom and Gomorrah, David and Bathsheba, let's see, Solomon and Sheba, greatest story ever told, and what have you there. Those are great movies to watch. Okay, Carrie, thanks. And happy Easter to you and your family there. KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle. What are your plans for Easter? What are your favorite memories of the holiday?
KD9MED, hi Jimmy in the net. Well, tomorrow we're going to be, or I should say, day after tomorrow actually, spending time with grandkids, family and whatnot together, and take a little trip down to Marseilles and get everybody together. Brief reset. And as like fondest memories I've had, I think was the time I was a kid, going down to Tennessee, spending time with my grandparents down there in Maynardville, Tennessee, 124 miles away. Always look forward to that. This is KD9MED, back to net.
Well, that's great. That's great. You have a happy Easter. Same goes for your family, and thanks for all that you do for us. Thanks. Okay. Thanks for checking in. Happy Easter to you and your family. If we don't hear you on the rag tune tomorrow night. Okay. Greg, N9GBP. What's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for Easter, and what are your fond memories of the holiday?
Well, we don't have real big plans. Mom and I are going to have an Easter dinner, going to have some ham and other stuff, and I guess when I was little we used to have all the grandparents over and the family, but that's what we did. So back to you.
Well, that's great. That's great. Okay, Greg. Hey, if we don't hear you tomorrow night on the Rag Tunette, you and your family have a happy Easter. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for checking in. KC9RGG, Norman Orfordville. What are your plans for Easter, and what are your favorite memories of the holiday?
KC9GCR, KC9RGG. Well, Jim, the holiday just kind of started tonight. My wife and I colored Easter eggs. Yeah, I might be 78 years old, but I still color Easter eggs. I love it, and I love to eat them for the next week. My fondest memory, or a memory at least, that I have of Easter is I went to Sunday school one Easter morning, and they happened to give me one of the flowers from the church. And I was walking home with it, and I tripped on the sidewalk and dropped it, and it smashed, and it went all over the place. And I really felt bad about that. But that's about the only memory that I can remember about an Easter, but it wasn't a happy one. Back to you, Jim.
Oh boy, that was unfortunate. That's a shame, something like that. Oh well, that's the way it goes. Norm, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Happy Easter to you and your family, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week. Thanks for checking in. Okay, K9YI, Scott Monroe. What's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for Easter? And what are your memories of the holiday?
KC9GCR, and this is KC9YI. Well, I think we're going to go to church and then spend the rest of the day with our friends and their parents over at their place. We're going to have a Easter dinner there, and I remember years ago we used to go, my folks and my godparents would go lake lawn over in Delavan for Easter dinner, and that was always a really nice time, nice visit over there, and we did that for quite a few years. It was kind of the tradition, and that was a nice time. So back to net, KC9GCR. This is KC9YI.
Sounds good there, Scott. Okay, yeah, I'll be going to my former church tomorrow evening, and on Sunday I'll go to my current church. Last week for Palm Sunday, I went to the church there, Bethany United Church of Christ here in Freeport. That was the first time in 2.5 years I was there. They lifted their mask mandate there, and I said as long as that continued, I was not going to go to church. And when we can't hug anybody or shake hands or anything like that, to me that's not church. And I said I refuse to go until that's lifted. So they lifted a few weeks ago, so I'm starting going again. So that's about it. Scott, happy Easter to you and your family, and we'll catch you on the Sunday night net there.
Sounds good, Jim. This is KC9YI.
K9GCR. Okay, this is K9GCR net control of the Friday Night Fun Net. Back when I was growing up, my mother and my sister used to color eggs, and that was fun watching them. And of course, the next day after go to church, we change clothes and we go out on the Easter eggs all around the house and ride on. But that was definitely fun. My favorite candies. Let's see. Well, chocolates, of course, but there's always jelly beans. Those are my favorites too. You bet. So that was about it there. So okay, that concludes my list. Are there any more stations who'd like to check into the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9CFL checking in. No traffic, short time.
K9CFL. Mike, Roger got you checked in there. Mike, 73. Have a happy Easter. We'll talk to you again down the line. Thanks for checking in.
Thanks a lot, Jimmy. Happy Easter yourself. Talk to you later. KC9CFL is clear.
Would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Okay. K9EPC must still be on the telephone, so we'll move on. And okay, like I said, we're not having a trivia segment this week. We'll do it again. We'll do it again next week. So let me get my. Hold on. I gotta get my paperwork straightened out here.
I'm off the phone, KD9EPZ.
Okay, Al. I hope it's good news.
Some people may not realize there are two holidays that fall this weekend. One, of course, is Easter, and the other one is Passover. And I decided that I would follow the Passover tradition, so I'm not eating any bread, or at least any leavened bread, and I'm not eating any pork, and I'm eating the traditional Passover food. So I actually got some lamb, and my caregiver made it for me, and I had lamb this evening.
Well, hey, there is nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people who are not even Jewish. They participate in the Passover, the Seder meal that they call it. But that's great. Yeah, I didn't mention at the beginning of the net there. I said I wish all the anybody of the Jewish faith a happy Passover. That started at sundown. That'll go for 8 days. But that's great, Al.
Yeah, I was born and raised Jewish, but I did become a Christian in the 70s. But that doesn't mean I don't follow traditions. I was raised that way, and this weekend, the only difference is going to be I'm not going to have ham on Sunday. But I will have I have some beef brisket I'll have on Sunday.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing wrong with that. That's for sure. On watching CNN today, they showed a fan. There was who was it over there? I forget his name, but Jake Tapper. He's in Ukraine along with some of the other reporters there, and he participated in a Seder meal with Ukrainian family. They're living. I don't know what city they're living in Ukraine. Whether it's Kiev, I still pronounce it Kiev. It's Kiev, but I still pronounce it Kiev. It might be another city, but they were showing in a basement or something like that. But they were showing they were having the bread and the drink and what have you. There, they were showing them eating it and what have you.
Yeah, I would enjoy that. Back when I was living with my ex and my kids and everything, we used to have it, and we used to always invite people for it. But now it looks like this year, it's been so I end up spending the holidays alone, and this is another one I'll spend alone. But yeah, like I say, yeah, I didn't go through all the formal procedure of a Seder meal, but I am putting myself on the foods that would be, and not the foods that wouldn't be, and I'll be doing that for the next 8 days.
That's great, Al. Congratulations on doing that. Yeah, I didn't mention Sunday. It's just going to be a regular, normal Sunday. We're not having any family get-togethers or anything that will. We haven't had a family get-together for Easter for many years. We're going to get together sometime in July, but that's when we'll have our Christmas. I'm not kidding you, folks. That's what we're going to have. But okay, and I'll tell you what. Something else I want to mention. I favor Easter over Christmas. Easter is not so commercial like Christmas has become, but this holiday is more important than Christmas anyway. But that's why I've always enjoyed Easter. The weather's not going to be the best, but well, what are you going to do? That's the way it goes.
Oh, something else I was going to say before I forgot. I knew you knew about it. My sister is out of the hospital. She was touch and go for a bit. Her heart had stopped twice, but and they had to go put a breathing tube in her. She's got a trach, one of those things on her neck, so she has to have a contraption to talk. But she's now in a rehab center, and they say if all goes well, she'll be going home in about 3 weeks.
Okay, hey, that's terrific. That's good news. We'll continue to pray for her, and let's hope she actually does get to go home. Okay, Al. Hey, thanks for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net. I'll say happy Easter, and I'll say and happy Passover to you. And thanks for checking in. Okay, any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on.
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway.
KD9N, the new Rah-Rah president in Roscoe. Thanks for checking in, Kurt. What's going on with you? What are you doing for Easter, and what are your favorite memories of the holiday?
Well, let's see. I had a friend of mine, Brian. It's KD9QVB. He may have checked in a time or two on the Friday Night Fun Net. I'm not absolutely sure. Anyhow, the point was he had a microphone, and he wanted to mate up the proper connector to go into his ICOM radio. So I had him bring the microphone and cord over, so we sat down and put a connector on. And then I happened to have an ICOM radio here, and so we tried it and made sure everything worked okay. But he was here this afternoon. He hadn't been to my ham shack, so it was just kind of good to sit and talk and whatever while we're soldering and everything. So I did that this afternoon. Let's see what else. I guess that was really about it. What we're doing for Easter, 2 of the 3 kids are coming over with their families. The third one is in the military. He's out east. And so he won't be able to be here. He's in the Marines. He's a staff sergeant. But we're going to do that on Sunday. And my mother, I'm going to pick up my mother, and she's going to be here. So that's the plans for Easter.
That's great. That is wonderful there, Kurt. What are your fondest memories of the holiday growing up or what have you? Do any Easter egg hunting or what have you? And I'm sure you ate plenty of chocolate there back in the day.
Yeah, you can tell I like chocolate just by looking at me, Jimmy. Let's see. I think probably what I remember is my parents were pretty strict about going to church all the time, but what I do remember, not so much about just going to church, but it usually in those days, the little kids, like the boys would be dressed up in a little suit and things like that, and the little girls would have a nice dress on, typically a hat. I don't know how to describe the hat, but I kind of remember that. That was like the one day where all the kids would be dressed up in church and things like that. Over.
Oh yeah, that was the way it was back in the day when I was growing up too. When we go to church, we had to dress up and what have you there too. that was no fun. But after you got home, everything was all right. Cause you know you'd be eating the Easter candy, you'd be hunting Easter eggs and what have you.
Yeah, we did that too. Or sometimes my aunt, actually it was my great aunt. Now this is when I was pretty young. I was, I don't know, 8 or a little younger, but my great aunt lived next to us, and if it was raining out, she would take the colored eggs that we made, and my mom would go over sometime during the morning and give her those, and then she'd hide them around her house, and so we'd have kind of this Easter egg hunt, but it was at my great aunt's house inside if it was raining. Otherwise, it was outside, and she kind of had a garden, and so you'd looked around, and, you know, you did what you did to find the eggs and stuff like that. So, yeah, I remember doing that, and I remember we always colored Easter eggs. Over.
Yeah, I was mentioning that a few minutes ago, too. That's my mother and my sisters and I used to do that color eggs. That was definitely fun. Watching them putting it in the eggs and in the die and what have you. That was definitely fun. We always did that the day before Easter.
Yeah, and of course, naturally me, I couldn't keep my hands out of this stuff, so at the end of the night, I had, you know, the dye stuff kind of all over my fingers in different colors. I think I could have joined the circus.
I believe you on that, Kurt. Sounds good. Okay, hey, thanks for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net. Happy Easter to you and your family. If we don't catch you tomorrow night on the rag tune net here on this repeater, so that's Larry K9KZQ will be net control tomorrow night. So okay, happy Easter, Kurt. Thank you for checking in.
Hey, no problem. Tell me again, what time do we do the rag chew thing?
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock here on this repeater. We just started doing the rotating net controls. I did on April 2nd. Larry K9HKX did it last Saturday. He's let's see. Larry's K9KZT is going to do it tomorrow night, and Jamie W9AXD will do it on the 23rd.
Okay, very good. I couldn't remember, so sounds good to me. I don't know if I'll be around to join you, but if I can, I can. Anyhow, thanks a lot. I'll be listening for a while, Jimmy, so no problem. I'll turn it back to you then, and I'll be quiet. KC9GCR, KE9N.
You're going to recheck in anytime, Kurt. You're the president there. 7-3, Kurt, thank you for checking in. All right. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on. Okay. Since this weekend we're going to have 3 QSO parties. We're going to do one, I'm going to do the DX Code of Conduct and the Contesters Code of Ethics. Here's the DX Code of Conduct. 1. Number 1, I will listen and then listen again before calling. Number 2, I will only call if I can copy the DX station properly. Number 3, I will not trust the DX cluster and will be sure of the DX station's call sign before calling. Number 4, I will not interfere with the DX station nor anyone calling and will never tune up on the DX frequency or in the QSX slot. Number 5, I will wait for the DX station to end a contact before I call. Number 6, I will always send my full call sign. Number 7, I will call and then listen for a reasonable interval. I will not call continuously. Number 8, I will not transmit when the DX operator calls another call sign, not mine. Number 9, I will not transmit when the DX operator queries a call sign not like mine. Number 10, I will not transmit when the DX station requests geographic areas other than mine. Number 11, when the DX operator calls me, I will not repeat my call sign unless I think he has copied it incorrectly. Number 12, I will be thankful if and when I do make a contact. Number 13, I will respect my fellow hams and conduct myself so as to earn their respect. And number 14, this was suggested by Gary, K9MED. I will send a QSL card to the DX operator to confirm my contact with the station. Okay, that's the DX Code of Conduct. Now I will read the contester's code of ethics. Number 1, I will learn and obey the rules of any contest I enter, including the rules of my entry category. Number 2, I will obey the rules for amateur radio in my country. Number 3, I will not modify my log after the contest by using additional data sources to correct call sign and / exchange errors. Number 4, I will accept the judging and scoring decisions of the contest sponsor as final. Number 5, I will adhere to the DX Code of Conduct in my operating style. 6, I will yield my frequency to any emergency communications activities. And number 7, I will operate my transmitter with sufficient signal quality to minimize interference to others. That's the contester's code of ethics. But I'll tell you something, and Rick K9QDP said, and you know, he may be right. He said, if everybody observed the DX Code of Conduct and the contester's code of ethics, you may not be able to make any contacts at all. But he said that, you know what, he may be right. Okay, I gotta get my papers, straightened out here and put them back in the desk there. One moment, please. Okay. Are there any more stations who would like to check into the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, well, at this time, since we're not going to do a trivia segment this week, I'm going to go ahead and give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. In exactly 1 hour at 10 o'clock, Night Watch will be getting underway on the CFMC 443.750 repeater in Chicago. That is a PL 114.8 plus offset. That net runs 7 nights a week. It all depends on who's net control and how many check-ins they get. Sometimes they go to 11 o'clock, other times they'll go till midnight. But if you can't get into that repeater, you can get into that net via the Echo Lake. Again, that's the Night Watch net. Every night, starting at 10 p.m. on the CFMC 443.750 repeater in Chicago. PL 114.8 plus offset. The Lunch Butts net is held every day, Monday through Friday, from 12 noon to 1 p.m. A swap net is at 12:30 p.m. That's on the 145.430 repeater in Downers Grove, Illinois. That has a PL 107.2 minus offset. The W9DUP DuPage repeater. And don't forget, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock here on this repeater, we'll do the Saturday evening rag tour net. Larry, K9KZT as your net control station. Larry, K9HKX did a great job last Saturday, so let's give the other Larry some business. Give him some check-ins too tomorrow night. Okay, immediately following that net, if you're able to pick up the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee, PL 127.3 minus offset, they have a Saturday night fun net. That net is a lot more structured than this one. You got to check in a certain way. Some of the subjects they talk about, I wouldn't even dream bringing them up on this net. But again, Saturday night fun net, 9 p.m. on the 146.910 repair in Milwaukee, PL 127.3 minus offset, immediately following the Saturday evening rag tune. Okay, it's 41 degrees in Rockford, 39 degrees here at Freeport. I got the news, Channel 39, the news on, the news at 9 o'clock just got underway. I'm just giving you some temperatures. Okay. Hold on. Okay, the Greene County Aries net that's held every, let's do that again. Greene County Aries Races net is held every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repair in Monroe. That has a PL 123.0 minus offsets. Scott K9YI, who checked in this net, K9YI, I should say, he checked in this net earlier, is net control. Sometimes that runs for a half hour, other times for an hour, and I think they ran about an hour and a half the last week. But it's a good net. It's a combination of Aries, Races, and Rag Tune net, so do check out that net. Let's see. Big Thunder Amps Radio Club holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repair in Belvedere with a PL of 100.0 plus offset. At the same time, the Whiteside County Aries group holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repair in Sterling with a PL 114.8 minus offset. Shouldn't have any problem getting into that repair. It's the antenna is 300 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police District 1 radio tower. Monday evenings at 7 p.m. here on this repeater, we have the Monday Night Rah-Rah Info Net. Larry K9KCT and I share the duties of net control. I will be doing the net control. I'll be doing the net control this coming up Monday night. Let's see. The Lee County Aries group holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon. That has a PL of 82.5 minus offset. Immediately following that net at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb, PL 100.0 plus minus offset, the Kishwaukee Amps Radio Club holds its Monday evening net. Okay, before we continue, do we have any more stations who would like to check into the Friday Night Fun net this time? Please go on. Okay, continuing. The Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. on the 147.195 repeater, we have the first of the two Health and Tech nets. Larry Einstein-GO holds the Tuesday evening net at 7 o'clock, and I hold the Thursday evening net also at 7 o'clock on that repeater. We ask everybody how they're getting along health-wise. If you have any technical questions you'd like to bring up. I have some information concerning the North America long wires net. It is with the deepest regret that I inform you that Rick K9QDP is no longer he's going to be hanging him up as a net control. He's been discouraged of the lack of the low turnout on that net. I don't know what's going to happen, but I believe somebody else is going to take that over. But we hate to see that net go by the boards. That net was started as a result of what happened on a Friday Night Fun net back in 2020. Let's start checking into that net, folks. Those of you who have a 10-meter capability, keep that net going. Okay, also at 7 p.m. I forgot to mention, North America Long Wires net meets at 8 p.m. on 28.390 megahertz, 10 meters upper sideband, vertical polarization. The Rock County Public Service net meets at 7 p.m. on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville. That has a PL of 123.0 minus offset. The Ogle County Amateur Radio Net for Area Skywarn meets on Tuesday evenings at 9 p.m. on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon. That has a PL of 146.2 minus offset. Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. here in Freeport, the 147.390 repeater with the PL 114.8 plus offset. I host the Stevenson County Aries net. And immediately following that net at 8 p.m. on the also on the 39 repeater, we have our Wednesday evening swap net. Mel, K9RFD, and I share the duties of net control. That swap net runs from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. to all traffic is handled. And as I said, Mel, K9RFD, the trustee of the repeater, brings us a amateur radio news line. So I believe that I said a 15-minute independent news broadcast. I think that's actually a 30-minute news broadcast devoted entirely to the amateur radio. And those of you in the Beloit area, I haven't forgotten you. The Greater Beloit Amateur Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net at 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Beloit. PL 123.0 plus offset. I regret to say I'm not able to get into that repeater. Okay, I'm trying to think. The DeKalb County Aries Racing Group holds its Thursday evening net at 7 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb at PL 100.0 minus offset. I know Richard N9ZO checks in that net. The senile net is held on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband from 1400 to 1500 hours Zulu with Chuck W9AXD as your net control operator. Okay, as you know, we no longer have a Saturn net on Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. on the 39 repeater. Let's hope someday down the road we'll be able to get that net going again. But I'll tell you about some Saturn nets we got going on. Let's see. The International Saturn net meets Monday through Saturday at 1500 hours Zulu on 14.265 megahertz at 20 meters upper sideband. The Central Territory Saturn net meets Tuesday at 1330 hours Zulu on 7.265 megahertz on 40 meters lower sideband. This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. Are there any more stations I'd like to check in this time? Please go now. Okay, continuing on with these Saturn nets, the West Metro Chicago Saturn net meets Mondays at 7 p.m. local time on the 145.310 repeater in the Wheaton, Illinois. That has a PL 107.2 minus offset. The East Metro Chicago Saturn net meets on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. local time on the CFMC 146.760 repeater in Chicago. That has a PL 107.2 minus offset. Now you got, okay, now you're all caught up to date on all your local nets in the area. Support your local nets, your local net control operators. Support your local repeaters. If you're a member of any ham radio club, by all means, support your local clubs. Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who'd like to check into the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
Good evening, Jimmy and the net. This is KB9ZDD, Mike out of Davis. I'll be in and out in a short time.
KB9ZDD, Mike in Davis, Stevenson County. Got you checked in, Mike, before I let you go. What are you going to be doing this at Easter? What are your favorite memories of the house?
Well, obviously, the memories are all about the candy. This Easter, actually, we're having Easter dinner out at our place, so the next couple of days will be full of getting ready for that.
Sounds good, Mike. Hey, happy Easter to you and your family, and thank you for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net.
All right, happy Easter to all. Back to the net. KB9ZDD.
Okay, son, thanks for checking in, Mike. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, I just remembered something. Give me my Friday Night Fun Net holiday radio nut jokes. We're gonna let's see what we can find here. All right, hold on here. I've got several Easter radio nut jokes. Okay. You know you are a radio nut when you scramble your Easter egg on top of your foot warmer or linear amplifier. I don't know who put that joke together. This next one is from Eric, K9MCS. You know you are a radio nut when you see the Easter bunny and you try to figure out how to attach aluminum foil between his ears. Here's another one that Eric, K9MCS, and I put together. You know you're a radio nut when you say grace at the Easter dinner table and you have your HG keyed and it goes out over the repeater. Okay. Those are the 3 Easter radio nut jokes. Hey, the homemade radio nut jokes are better than the 30 original ones anyway. If you have one you want to pass along, give me a call on the radio or on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. So, hope you enjoyed those radio nut jokes. Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who would like to check into the Friday Night Fun Net? Without traffic, please call K9 GCR. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations who would like to check into the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on out. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my honorary check-ins. Let's see, yes, K9KCT, I got him down as an honorary check-in along with the Gary, W9GD, or it's Gene Duncan's old call. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check in Tony. K9RFD honorary check-in. He's checking number 26. Tracy is better half. N9TAB. HC honorary check-in. And we mustn't forget the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club south of Rockford, Scott, A9, Sugar Fox. Scott at the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club. And okay. And, oh yeah, Justin. K9FEO. HC honorary check-in, okay? And one of the best guys in the whole world. He just updated his license. He's good to go till 2032. Richard, N9ZO. He doesn't check in on him, but he listens every Friday night. N9ZO. HC honorary check-in. Remember, he still has tickets for the upcoming Sandwich Hat Fest. You contact him at area code 815-547-8686. Area code 815-547-8686. If you want tickets to go to the Sandwich Ham Fest. Okay, who else we want to check in? Yeah. W9KLG, Kevin. HC honorary check-in. And let's see. Okay. AC9, JZ, Mike, HC honorary check-in. Okay. Oh yeah, we mustn't forget Brandon. KD9LOA. Brandon and Lena, HC honorary check-in. He's back at his home. He's got a big project coming up. He's going to put up a tower. So that's good. And of course, John K9OVJ, who I usually put down as an honorary check-in, he checked in a short time during the nets. That was good to hear. So I'm up to 33 check-ins. Let's see. How many honorary check-ins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 honorary check-ins. Any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Does anybody have any questions, comments, traffic, or input you'd like to bring before the net? Let's see. I don't have anything to bring up at the present time, and I'm kind of waiting for Dean at K9FLO to check in. So if anybody wants to write you, please go ahead and do so, and we'll just see how many that show up. So oh boy. So I can't think of anything here, and it's really too early to shut down the net. So anybody wants to write you, please feel free to do so. I'm trying to think of something else. I don't know what it was. This is K9GCR. We'll be at standby. Anybody wants to pick it up to write you, go ahead.
KC9GCR from KB9ZDD. I don't have a rag chew, but I do have a quick question for you. You might have better intel than I do.
Sure, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, you mentioning the Sandwich Ham Fest got me thinking about it. Do we know, did Sterling have a Ham Fest this year? Did they postpone it? I never heard about it, and I didn't check until after they usually have it. Do we know if they're having one yet, or if I already missed it?
No, there was no Ham Fest in Sterling this year. Just a few days before New Year's Day, the Whiteside County Health Department said no. They said, no, you're not having a Ham Fest this year. But, yeah, Sandwich Ham Fest, if you want tickets, contact Richard, N9ZO in Belvedere. Contact him at area code 815-547-8686. Area code 815-547-8686 if you want the ticket, you want to go to a Salad.
Yeah, if I looked that one up correctly, that's on the 2nd of May, which is a Monday. That seems a little odd to me, but I'm unfortunately working that day, so. Just wondered, do we have any other close ones coming up here? I haven't looked at the ARRL site since it updated, if it finally ever did update. So, do we got any coming up before that, between now and then, that you know of?
Well, Sandwich Ham Fest is always held on the first Sunday of May. This year it happens to be at Sunday, May the 1st.
Ah, okay. I looked it up wrong then. I must have been looking at a previous year's site or something. So, the 1st of May, not the 2nd.
Now that's for sure. Belvedere is a go. They're still going to have it. They don't know when on what date they're going to have it. It's going to be sometime this fall, but it's they're still planning on having it.
All right, well, that answers my question, Jim. Thank you very much. KB9ZDD, back to the net.
You're welcome, Mike. I don't know if Stoughton is going to have their Ham Fest or, well, now Jefferson already had their Ham Fest. That was on last March 27th. But that's about it. Any other Ham Fest? I'm sure that Starved Rock will have theirs, but that's always the first Sunday in June.
All right, and I know I cleared, but one more quick question. You said it didn't have a whole lot of traffic anyway. The VE testing in Freeport, are we still doing that once a month? It's been a while since I've looked at that schedule.
I do not know if we even had one this month or not, Mike. We've got a new VEC now. His name is John Mitchell. You may have saw his article on the front page of the Freeport paper a while back, but he's the VEC now.
All right, I'll have to pay attention for that. I've been working on my extra and thinking here in the next little bit I should be able to get her done.
Okay, sounds good. Brandon, K9LOA doesn't even know, so I just that I could not tell you. I don't have any information about that either. Also, I do not know when we're going to be if Kevin Countryman is going to have an EOC meeting as far as our Skynet goes. I don't know if he does. I'm sure he'll let us know. I'll probably get a letter from him in the mail.
All right, well, I think that's everything I've got for the moment. KB9ZDD, back to the net.
You're welcome, Mike. Thanks for checking in and inquiring. See, you want information, you get it right here on the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, any motor station want to check in, please call now. Okay, if anybody wants to do any rag chewing, please feel free to do so. We hate to have some dead air here, especially when Mike, K9MED, is live streaming this net around the world on the internet, and when he's recording it for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. So, if anybody wants to rag chew, and if anybody else hasn't checked in and wants to do so, please, the net is still open yet. K-Sun Chief Sheriff will be standing by. Hey, K9MED, Mike, you still there? Just out of curiosity, when this net is in progress, do you get any hits or anything like that? Does anybody check in with you and make any comments? Since I'm not familiar with Facebook, I don't have it. I just kind of wonder if you get any hits or anything like that.
Well, it varies, Jimmy. Like on the YouTube side of things, what's really interesting is ever since the Ukraine war started up, I used to get a lot of spam links and stuff that were coming on the YouTube link, and they were all apparently from Russia. But since the Ukraine war and YouTube being shut down, The only person I ever see on YouTube is Patrick checking in. Brief reset. Then on the Facebook side of things, all I get is occasional person, either Patrick or maybe there was the other call. I can't remember who that is from Fort Wayne, Indiana, that checked in last week as well. That's about it. KD9MED.
Okay, well, you know we're doing our best there. Mention about the net being live streamed on the internet. So I don't know what the situation is. Well, of course that depends. I know that Jim, who recently moved to Pennsylvania from this area a couple of times, he checked in via the internet. We haven't heard any more from him since.
Copy that, Jimmy. Check in on it.
Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Well, if anybody else wants to write you, please, this is the Friday Night Fun Net, but we'll just have to, we'll have to write you that early. Anybody else want to make a comment or any write you, let's go ahead. Hey, does anybody want to make a comment on that $35 fee the FCC's doing to us? I think that myself, I think that's a bunch of BS, if you know what I mean.
KD9MED.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, about raising the prices on the license there. I mean, small amount, but it's not like it's going to break, make profit either. Not everybody's a ham radio operator. Hundreds of people a day, and like the only person that's a ham radio operator.
Well, that's the way. Well, I guess that's the way it goes sometime. What are you gonna do? I think the only way to get people is buy a used scanner, program some of those 2-meter frequencies around here, and have them listen. That's all I can tell you. Well, that's how Ricky WX9RLT. And Justin K9FDOs. That's how some of these other ones listen to, got into this hobby. They listen to the Friday Night Fun Net on the scanner.
Yeah, Jimmy, that's how I started out with radio about a year or so before I got on the radio. I was actually egg looping.
K9EPZ.
I understand. Go ahead. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net of the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. Go ahead, Al.
It's probably coming through his toaster or something anyway. Although I may not be the closest one. Mike, am I closer to you or is Matt closer to you?
I don't know Matt's exact QTH, but I know he's right around the corner, about a couple blocks away, so about of both of you.
He's at the corner of BB and Flag.
Yeah, that would put you guys probably be just a little bit close.
Okay, anybody else, this case on G-Sharp, anybody else want to make a comments or so, anything else you want to bring up? Go ahead.
KC9 GCR. K9FLO.
Hey, hello, Dean. I know you did make it. You come through. K9FLO. What's going on? What's going on with you?
Well, I got down here. I realized it was coming up on 9:30, so I figured I'd better get down here and fire the radio up and see how Jimmy's doing tonight on this Friday, early spring, maybe, or late fall. Actually, feels like late fall night. 38 degrees up here on the state line, so not something I prefer, but it is what it is. How's it going on the net tonight there, Jimmy?
Well, everything's going well. Not a good turnout. I kind of run out of things to talk about, so we're just more or less rag-chewing between some of us here and there. I'm asking everybody what are their plans are for Easter Sunday or Easter weekend, and what are your favorite memories of the holiday?
Other than the normal Easter events and that, going to church and that, but otherwise, don't have a whole lot of memories at all. I think we're going to do the ham type dinner for the two of us, and of course make a big batch of deviled eggs. And this year I told the wife, let's put a little bit of Frank's hot sauce in there to make it into real deviled eggs. So that's kind of what we're up to there, Jimmy.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. I like deviled eggs, and I'm not really crazy about eggs. I used to eat a lot of them back when I was younger, but it's got to the point I don't care to eat them anymore. But I've always did like eat deviled eggs. I always liked it.
Well, that's one of those, everybody makes it different, and that we kind of do it, one of the recipes, we put a can of deviled ham in there, and the usual other ingredients. But this year I'm going to try to heat it up a little bit and put a little bit of Frank's hot sauce in there to give it some life. I was hearing today somebody did that, and so I figured I see no reason I can do it. Of course, if I do that, I have to do it on my own private batch of it, because the wife doesn't like anything that's with hot sauce in it. But it's not real hot. If it's mixed up right, it's not bad at all. So that's probably going to be our big excitement for the weekend. No plans for tomorrow. Just wait. I'm still waiting for it to warm up, because I have not made the transition from even early spring into late spring. I haven't opened up the shed and pulled out into the equipment or anything like that. It's still sitting there with no batteries in it and all that stuff. So, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting rather anxious now, and my body says it needs sun to come back to life. So, kind of go from there. KC9 GCR, K9FLO.
That sounds good there, and especially about you making your own homemade deviled eggs. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Now, I'm not good. It's just going to be a normal weekend for me, well, especially Easter Sunday. Even if with the family, we haven't gotten together for Easter Sunday for many years. So that's just going to be a regular normal Sunday for me. I'll be going to church, and I'll come home and enjoy the rest of the day. So that's about it there. When we have next time our family gets together, it'll be I had told you this. We're going to have our Christmas this coming July.
Well, as far as environment or temperature, that's a lot better time to have it. although you have to admit, this year wasn't that bad for winter. Pretty mild. It seems like we're making up for it in the spring. a lot more rain and wind. Oh my God, the wind has been really quite substantial. I've already had some tower issues, so I got that addressed earlier this week. And but yeah, the wind's been pretty good. And we got to make up for all that rain we did not have last fall and snow, so we can grow lots of crops, so that we can all go out there and pay 3 times the price for it. How's that sound?
Boy, ain't that the truth. I'd rather see lots of crops planted than not have any at all. We don't want no drought. That's for sure. You don't know what kind of a summer we're going to have. We might have a hot one, or we might have a cool one, or sometime in between. And we don't want to see any drought.
No, while we're in it, we're still in the drought, but we're a lot better off than what we were. We're still there, unfortunately, but we'll see how it goes. And the spring's not over yet. There's still a reasonable amount of time left to get some more rain. But the planting season's going to happen real soon, especially since the frost is out of the ground. So that's something farmers are going to be fighting into planters to get those going and all that, and so their season starts. And hard to say how it's going to be this year. I've already heard all kinds of things about how expensive the fertilizer and everything else is going to be, and yeah, boy, what a change we're having this year. We'll blame it all on COVID. There we go. That'd be a good shoulders to put it on. So anyway, otherwise that's about it from up here on the state line there, Jimmy. Not much happening. Had a quiet evening. It didn't even go down to Rockford Fish Fry. We stayed in and did our own fish. So we're just kind of laying low tonight. This weekend, don't know, other than Easter, I think tomorrow we got to make a run to the store, and that's about it. And probably stay in unless Mother Nature turns around and says it's going to be into the 70s in a while, then I'll be out. KC9 GCR, K9FL.
It's supposed to get in the mid-70s, or maybe upper 70s, sometime next week. I think, I don't know, around the next weekend, or when it's going to take place. But it's going to get there. No, we just got, spring is about a month old. We got 2 more months of spring left. Then we'll have have summer. But yeah, you don't want too much rain, or the farmers can't get out in the field.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely true. So, if we're going to have more rain, let's get it over now. And, we're up over, I think, 13 hours of daylight now. So, yeah, we're doing good. That's okay. Well, anyway, Jimmy, I'm going to jump out of here, but I had to get down here and wish you a happy Friday. And hopefully you got a few more checking in there tonight, although I see it is after 9:30, so maybe I'll hold up the end of the net tonight. Anyway, take care, Jimmy. We'll talk to you later. KC9 GCR, K9FL.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. We'll see what happens. We get any more check-ins. I may have to end up closing down this net early, so we'll see. But we'll see what happens. Gene, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. You have a happy Easter, you and your family, and enjoy those homemade deviled eggs. It sounds good. Talk to you later, Dean. K9 GCR. Have a good evening.
7-3, Jimmy. Take care. K9FL will be clear.
Okay, at this time, are there any more stations who'd like to check into the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on.
KC9GCR, KD9HWK.
KD9HWK, Matt Down in Sycamore. Thank you for checking in. I heard you Monday night with the net control and on the Kishwaukee net. Thank you for mentioning the Friday Night Fun Net. So What's going on with you?
Not a whole lot. Just hanging inside because the weather's so bad outside. It was doing a little bit of sleeting earlier here.
Oh boy, that's for sure. That's for sure. Hey, I'm asking a question. What are your plans for Easter? And do you? What are your favorite memories of the holiday growing up?
We don't really have much planned for Easter this year, so probably just be a relaxing day at home. Memories of it growing up? Boy, I don't know. Hunting Easter eggs on the farm, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's what we used to do too. We grew up in a little town right out there. That's what we did. We used to we used to watch my mother and my younger sister dye eggs, Easter eggs, and I think Mom and Dad would hide them around outside the house there. After we get home from church or something, we'd change clothes and put on different clothes and go out and find those Easter eggs. And that was fun. Of course, we had those chocolate bunnies, Easter egg and candy there. Of course, but I really like those jelly beans.
Yeah, well, when I was a kid, I'd eat any of them. Nowadays, yeah, not so much on the heavy sugar stuff, but the chocolate's always good.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. Okay, Matt, hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. And again, thank you for mentioning this net on the Monday night Kishwaukee After Radio Club net. So we'll talk to you later, Southern. Happy Easter to you and your family.
Same to you, Jimmy, and everybody out there on the net. Have a good evening. KC9GCR, KD9HWK, 7-3.
Okay, at this time, are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? If you're coming home with your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, you're getting ready for that big Easter dinner that's coming Sunday, you're just coming home for the show, if you just turned your radio on, you've been copying the net for the last 1 hour and 44 minutes, this is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Remember, we're in the region with now traffic, please call K9GCR. Okay, anybody have any additional questions, comments, or input they'd like to bring before the net? Well, I'll tell you what. This is the net, which I did not get to do last year because I went to the hospital. It was on Good Friday, April 2nd last year, and I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure whether I was going to go and stay or check me out, or I get to go home or what. But that's when so when they told me I'd have to stay, I thought, okay, well, I guess there won't be no net. But this is the net I did not get to do last year because I was in the hospital for COVID. Let's see. Larry K9KCT isn't on. He said short time where I would probably ask him to get out and get his gear out and we could do some little code practice. That's what he did last year when I was staying in Belvedere. I was Kerry K9MED let me his ball fang HT. I think the net closed down at about 9:30. I said, well, that's too early. I said, Larry, why don't you get out your gear and do some CW practice? That's what he did. So I was going to ask him if he would like to do this as part of the Friday Night Fun Net. He said no, and I don't blame him because about the time, like at 10 o'clock, about this time, I don't think I had much of an audience anymore. I think we only have a few people left who are still listening. But tomorrow, I thought what I said, I think you're right. So he does the CW practice Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursday nights, immediately following the respective nets. After the 7 o'clock rah-rah info net on Mondays on this repeater, and after the 7 o'clock Tuesday and Thursday health and tech nets on 147.195. He definitely does a great job with CW. That's all there is to it. Okay, any more stations while checking the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. I think, let's see. Well, I don't know what topic I'm going to have next Friday, but I think, let's see. I think the 29th, with the Sandwich Ham Fest coming up, I think I'm going to ask everybody what are they look forward to if they go to Sandwich. What are they going to buy? Antenna, radio, or something like that. That's what I usually do the weekend before the night before the Belvedere Ham Fest gets underway. That's why I always ask everybody what they want to do about. Well, you go to a ham fest, you go to buy stuff, or you go just to meet people. But that's probably what I'll be talking about not next week, but the following week. We'll see what happens. Any more stations while checking the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now. Also, I think sometime next month, I think we're going to have a net with devoted to radio etiquette. With new, that's what the Larry K9KCT and Rick K9QDP and Kerry K9MED did. They ran a net while I was in Belvedere recuperating from COVID. They ran a net on radio etiquette. They talked about some of the do's and don'ts of what you should do and what you should not do when you get into this hobby. I think we're going to do that again sometime next month. Have any more stations? I'd check the Friday Night Fun net. Please call now. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. Do we have any more stations to want to check in? Please call now. One moment, please. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I wasn't going to do this, but I think I'm going to go ahead and I'll read some questions from the Tech Q&A. I don't know how much of an audience we have left, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. I'd like to keep this thing going till, at least till 10 o'clock anyway, so let's see, let's give this a go. Okay. How does the wavelength of a radio wave relate to its frequency? A. The wavelength gets longer as the frequency increases. B. The wavelength gets shorter as the frequency increases. C. There is no relationship between wavelength and frequency. D. The wavelength depends on the bandwidth of the signal. How does the wavelength of a radio wave relate to its frequency? A. The wavelength gets longer as the frequency increases. B. The wavelength gets shorter as the frequency increases. C. There is no relationship between wavelength and frequency. D. The wavelength depends on the bandwidth of the signal. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
KD9EPZ, bravo.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. How does the wavelength of a radio wave relate to its frequency? Correct answer is A, alpha. Net control screwed up, folks. Net control screwed up. How does the wavelength of a radio wave relate to its frequency? Correct answer is B, bravo. Al's right. Net control screwed up. Correct answer is B, bravo. The wavelength gets shorter as frequency increases. Because radio waves travel at a constant that's some stupid math thing. I'm not going to read that. I'll move on to another one here. Okay. What is the electrical term for the electromotive force, or EMF, that causes electron flow? A. Voltage. B. Ampere hours. C. Capacitance. D. Inductance. What is the electrical term for the electromotive force, or EMF, that causes electron flow? A. Voltage. B. Ampere hours. C. Capacitance. D. Inductance. Anybody correct answer to this question?
Somebody else.
Come on, let's not depend on one person to answer these questions. I'm going to read this one more time. What is the electrical term for the electromotive force, EMF, that causes electron flow? A. Voltage. B. Ampere hours. C. Capacitance. D. Inductance. Anybody correct answer to this question?
KD9EPZ, am I the only person left with alpha?
Okay, Al, repeat that.
A, alpha voltage.
You are correct. You are correct. What is the electrical term for the electromotive force, EMF, that causes electron flow? Correct answer is A, alpha voltage. Voltage, represented in equations by the symbol E or E, is the electromotive force or electric potential that makes electrons move. Hammer license manual, page 3-1. All right. What does the abbreviation FET stand for? A. Field effect transistor. B. Fast electron transistor. C. Free electron transmitter. D. Frequency emission transmitter. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay. What does the abbreviation FET stand for? Correct answer is A, alpha, field effect transistor. There are two common types of transistors: bipolar junction transistors, BJT, and field effect transistors, FET. Ham radio license manual, page 3-12. I'm only going to read a few more of these questions. It'll take us up to 10 o'clock here, so, find it. I'm trying to be careful not to read the same questions over again. Okay. I'm not reading that one. Not very many people work satellites anyway. Okay.
Well, yeah, so.
Okay. In the United States, what is connected to the green wire in a 3-wire electrical AC plug? A, neutral. B, hot. C, equipment ground. D, the white wire. In the United States, what is connected to the green wire in a 3-wire electrical AC plug? A, neutral. B, hot. C, equipment ground. D, the white wire. Anybody correct to answer this question?
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, the answer is C as in Charlie, the equipment ground.
You are correct, Kurt. You are correct. In the United States, what is connected to the green wire in a 3-wire electrical AC plug? Correct answer is C, Charlie, equipment ground. The U.S. standard is hot. And the black wire, occasionally red, neutral, white wire, and safety or equipment ground, green or bare wire. And Marino License Manual, page 9-5. Okay. All right. All right, we'll find something here. What is the purpose of a gin pole? A, to temporarily replace guy wires. B, to be used in place of a safety harness. C, to lift tower sections or antennas. D, to provide a temporary ground. What is the purpose of a gin pole? A, to temporarily replace guy wires. C, to be used in place of a safety harness. C, to lift tower sections or antennas. D, to provide a temporary ground. Anybody have the correct answer to this question?
Might be better to get KE9N.
Go ahead, Kurt.
It's used to lift tower sections.
You are correct, Kurt. You are correct. That's the answer from someone who knows. What is the purpose of a gin pole? Correct answer. C, Charlie, to lift tower sections or antennas. Gin poles are a temporary mass used to lift materials such as antennas or tower sections so that you do not have to hoist things directly. Anne Marino License Manual, page 9-20. Okay. One moment, please. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Churchward in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, do you know where your children are at? Lockdown! Lockdown! At this very moment, Winnebago County Jail is going into lockdown for the night. Gary, K9MED was telling me he listens to the Winnebago County Jail frequencies on the scanner. Exactly 10 o'clock. He said that you heard say lockdown, so that's what's happening right now at the Winnebago County Jail. All jailbirds are being locked down for the night. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for this little bit of Friday night fun, that trivia we had for tonight. But you know, I was gonna say we can't have dead air, especially when Mike K9MED is live streaming instead on the internet and recording it for future replay on the Friday Night Fun, that Facebook page. So that's about it. Okay, any stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun net, please call now. Okay. I want to thank the members of the Rah-Rah Board of Directors, Board of Trustees, or Board of Directors for allowing me to use this repeater to host the Friday Night Fun, especially the Kurt KD9MED, the new club president, also the repeater chairman. So, okay, sounds good. I'm going to run down the list of stations I've checked in so far during the net. We've had no early bird check-ins. So, okay, K9ICH, Robert, K9OVJ, John McConnell, A9VU, H9NW, N2RON, WX9RLT, Ricky, Lovespark, K9SBA, K9EPZ, A9YE, K9QDP, KC9QPL, N9OEG, KD9HKX, and KD9MED.
Be in charge of that would have to look that over, but
okay, next I want to thank Mike K9MED, who was live streaming instead around the world on the internet. And also, speaking of internet, KF9SD, Badge checked on your internet. N9GBP, K9RGG, K9YI, Scott Monroe. K9KCT, honorary check-in, as well as W9GD. Myself, K9GCR, net control. K9CFL, KD9N, Colonel Roscoe. K9DD, K9G, I'm going too fast. K9CDD, Mike in Davis, Illinois. Now to my honorary check-ins, K9RFD, Tony. N9TAB, Tracy, it's better at. A9SF, Scott, at the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club, south of Rockford. K9FEO, Justin. N9CO, Rich. W9KLG, Kevin. H9JC, Mike. K9LA, Brandon. K9FLO, and checked in at K9HWK.
that they try to keep.
Total of, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 stations have actually checked in on the radio. Let's see. One internet check-in. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 honorary check-ins for a grand total of 35 check-ins. Do we have any more stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. They're just having something on the news on Channel 17. Anybody living near the Winnebago County landfill, there's trash is blowing all over from that landfill into people's yards, and people are definitely not happy about it. That is a crock of you-know-what. they're showing the pictures of it, all that trash bag going all over people's yards and what. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's why things are expensive.
Well, that's really sad. That part is really sad because, you know, people who buy a truck.
Okay. Any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? With or without traffic, please call K9GCR. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you what. It was a very successful net. Everybody, thanks for sharing your thoughts on what you're going to be doing on Easter Sunday and what their favorite memories of Easter are. So, okay, I'm gonna tell you what. It was a great net. Any more stations want to check in? Please call now.
I'm going to get a rig that is similar or exactly the same.
Okay, be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, and your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher and your baker and your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter at your grocery store. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the counter at your convenience store. Be sure you tell your waitresses, your waiters, your bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell your used car dealer, your new car dealer. Be sure you tell your garage mechanic. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your local post office when you buy your stamps or envelopes. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your tax consultant. Tax day is this coming Monday. Okay, be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis. Be sure you tell your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your probation officer, your parole officer, your divorce lawyer. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about the Friday Night Fun Net. More check-ins are better than that. Make sure you have an FCC license before you check in. Sorry, folks. We do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, body mounts, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you take a knee or clench your fist while the national anthem is being played, we don't take your check-ins. If you don't back the bull, we don't take your check-ins. That's all there is to it.
Well, it was a beautiful day.
Okay. Thank you for everybody for checking into this net. Now, be sure that when you sit down to your Easter dinner, or when you do anything this weekend, or you sit down to your Easter dinner this Sunday, please remember what this holiday and this weekend are all about and why we celebrate this holiday. And, let me restate. Also, when you sit down and eat your dinner, stay the hell away from talking about politics, mask mandates, or vaccinations, or what have you. People are going to do what they're going to do. Just avoid these subjects altogether and think about happy thoughts this Easter. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater route. We're transferring for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Okay, this is the last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region. With the route traffic, please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchet Jaw. Record high for the day, 87 degrees and 2002. I couldn't catch the low temperature, but who cares? I like the high temperature a lot better. Okay. Tune again next week, same time, same repeater for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, This is Jim, K9G Net Control, the Friday Night Fun Net. Now closing down this special Easter edition of the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, April 15, 2022. And return the repeater to bring us in normal amateur radio use at 9:11 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10:11 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 3 hours 11 minutes Zulu time, depending on your preference, with a total of 35 check-ins overall. This net is now closed. The repeater is now open for normal amateur radio use. 7-3s, everybody. This is K9G wishing you a happy Easter to all, and to all a good night. K9G K9MED, K9MED, K9G
Good question.
Go ahead and post it at a 2-hour, 11-minute net, a total of 35 check-ins so far. This might be updated, but that's it. Go ahead and post it.
All right, Jimmy. Go ahead and already posted.
Okay, Mike. Thanks for all you do, and happy Easter to you and your family.
All right, happy Easter.
Gets everybody frosted. Ruins a lot of stuff.
KC9 DDF, any copy, Jimmy?
An apple tree's out.
Yes. Good evening. Good evening there, John. How you doing?
Early.
Yeah, we're doing okay. Repeater's pretty noisy, so wasn't sure if we had